I mean, we do see a bright future with all that we have right now. And when you tell me that one day we might be able to overthrow the current regime in Iran, I just see a beautiful, bright future for my country. I just see that homesickness leaving me.
See that bright future. It's not only about us and the current people in Iran, but it's about all those who have lost their lives in this pursuit, right? My uncle, or mine and
our
Hannah's,
uncle,
our uncle Mohammed Reza Daneshvar was a medical student who in 1988 was executed simply because he was fighting for freedom, or he just believed in freedom. He believed in freedom and also equality. That why are their children living in complete poverty? That why don't they have the same access to education? Why don't they have? Why are there some living in cardboards, under garbage as their homes? What kind of country is this when we have the money, we have the oil, we have the resources? There's no, that's what he started to question.
And having this immense love, love for his people.
Love for his people. And he was in his last year of studies as a medical student. And the stories I hear, he had great humility. He was very generous, kind. He was very gentle.
He would go to the poor parts of Iran, and he would give free medical, services. Yes.
And he was studying in his last year, and he was arrested, and so that's the uncle that I had, Mohammed Reza Daneshvar, and he's an inspiration. And so when we also come to these events, it's to make sure that his memory was not forgotten, is not forgotten. In the summer of 1988, with 30,000 other political prisoners
that all wanted to live, they had this love.
And great potential. A lot of them were educated.
Yeah. They took that away from them.
They had a beautiful future, and it was just destroyed like that.
It was taken away from them, and
this is a very common story with different details within the Iranian diaspora, and we know that this is the case for many people within Iran living today, that we don't hear about their stories, and we don't hear about the kidnappings, the killings of innocent people, of uncles, of brothers, of sisters, of wives, of all these people, these family members that go on to this day, just for speaking out about the regime. And that's enough for, I think, for all of us here, and clearly for the Mujahideen to really seek and fight against this, despite the negative propaganda, despite all of the challenges and the obstacles that they face, the active censorship on mainstream media and different outlets that we see, that we pay attention to.
And one other, I want to bring memory to another individual, Allah Mobashirian, who is a good friend of my uncle. He was also a medical student, and he was arrested in 1981. And was in prison for several years. And so this is just an example of what they would do in prison. He endured a number of fake executions. So they would blindfold him and take him to his execution.
Wow.
And they would shoot at him.
On purpose miss.
On purpose miss.
Wow.
And then they would take him and say, "Not today." And so that's a form of torture.
Absolutely.
Physical and mental. And this is how they treated prisoners. And so he was tortured like this for a number of years. And when he was released, and when he was fleeing Iran in 1994 from Khuzestan, he was captured along with some of his other friends.
1984, right?
1994.
Oh, 1994.
Where they were leaving to join the National Council, or the National Liberation Army, and he was killed on the way there. So he was very close. But again, just an example of how brutal and inhumane this regime is. My uncle was 32 years old when he was executed, and Allah was also very young. And these, I'm at that age where, they were where they, enduring such pain and such hardships. And so I connect with that now. And I realize that they were at the same stages of where I am in my life right now, just finishing university. And I realized that I have a large responsibility to continue that path and continue that fight, because we need to free Iran from this regime that has continued to torture, that has continued to execute, that has continued to harm families. And it's not just the individuals that were killed, it's their entire families that were impacted, and
every day we're making choices.
Every day
we're making choices.
It's a huge. It turned into like it used to be a burden all the time, and I don't see it as a burden now. I do see it more as a responsibility, and I think joining the Mujahideen, partaking in the activities of Mujahideen, meeting people with very similar stories, such as yourselves, it's what's healing me, and it's what's making me realize that this is the path forward.
So I guess what I could add is that the reason why we're supporting the PMOI is because, all of those executions that have happened up until now, the memories of all of those individual people that have impacted us, our uncle and your family members, the PMOI, they carry that spirit, they carry their memories, and they're going forward, and they're not going to rest until they bring the regime of Iran to justice. And being active, we're keeping their memory alive.
We're all keeping all of their memory alive. I mean, we were talking about sacrifice. How many people sacrificed their life for our country? And I mean, my uncle Yahub Torabi did so many amazing things for his country. I'll always be so proud of everything he has done for his people and his country. I mean, I'll never give up on our goal. I'll always believe that the Mujahideen were only wanting the best for their people, and were only seeking freedom for their people. I'll always believe and fight for this. And it's not only for the cause, it's for everyone that has sacrificed their life and their careers, their family, themselves, for their people, for their country. I'll always fight for freedom in Iran, because they fought for us, they fought for their country, and it's also my responsibility to continue on.
And honoring their memory.
Yeah, honoring all of their memories. I mean, and I believe that that's what we should focus on: freedom and equality and justice. Exactly.
And it's us young people that will do that,
Yeah.
See it in the country, in Iran right now.
Together,
Together.
Both outside and inside Iran.
Yeah.
The Mujahideen makes us feel like we don't have to do it alone.
Exactly.
We're all united.
And the regime wants that. They want that separation.
Yes.
They want that separation, division within
they want us
the
to
Iranian
give up.
people. Of course.
They want us to not trust each other. They want us to live in isolation, because alone, there's only so much that we can do alone. But together, we are unstoppable. We want you to seek justice. We want to do this for you.